Chairman Sparks, Vice Chairman Zaffarini, distinguished members, thank you for this opportunity to testify. My name is Larry Linenschmidt, and I'm testifying as an individual. I serve as Executive Director of the Hill Country Institute, a faith-based Christian nonprofit, and host the radio program and podcast Hill Country Institute Live. I come before you today as a theologically conservative Christian and a politically conservative voter who's deeply concerned about the toxic mess Texas faces from polluted fracking water. Our first commandment in Genesis 1:26-28 is to care for God's good creation. That's hard to reconcile with the millions of barrels of toxic waste that is the result of fracking. I'm here to respectfully ask you to take two actions on polluted fracking water. First, please require all frackers to provide TCEQ with a list of all ingredients in their formulas so we know what we're facing. Second, please prohibit PFAS, forever chemicals, from being used in fracking fluids or in other extraction industries in Texas. They do not break down easily in the environment or in the human body, which leads to widespread accumulation and increased health risk for Texans. PFAS chemicals contaminate municipal drinking water supplies, groundwater, and land. PFAS chemicals are linked to increased risk of kidney and testicular cancer. PFAS can lower vaccine response, damage the liver, and alter normal thyroid function. For the safety of Texans in general, and particularly the men and women who work in the oil patch, and to preserve our water and land resources, please prohibit PFAS chemicals from being used in fracking fluid. Thank you for this opportunity. I'd be glad to discuss this issue with you or your staff at your convenience.
Very well. Members, any questions?
Dean.
Dean.
Okay.
Dean Zaffarini, please.
I have one question. Do you believe that you have sufficient resources and pathways to provide your feedback to the different agencies involved?
Well, that's a good question. I think that's a matter of taking the time and finding a place to do it. I'd like to discuss that with you, Vice Chairman Zaffarini. That's a good question because PFAS is pervasive in manufacturing. It's in the extraction industries. It's just everywhere. And, you know, we've had land that's been damaged by it. We've had water damaged by it. We're all walking around as repositories of PFAS chemicals. So what can we do about that? And I don't know how to get deeper into the agencies. I'd like to strategize on that and see. And I'd like for y'all to lead the way. I mean, the agencies will follow your direction. If you speak out against PFAS in these various places, I think that the agencies will respond. You know, manufacturing processes often use PFAS chemicals. They leak into our water supply. The groundwater damage that's been done from PFAS, I think can't be fully measured yet. I believe it's a cumulative thing, and we're continuing to build up. So I think the legislature needs to take the lead, and the agencies will follow.
Whether you call yourself an advocate or a stakeholder, how important is the definition of terms when we're dealing with policies and rules?
Good question. I would say that I'm an advocate. I'm in awe of God, so I'm for clean air, clean water, clean energy. That's my approach. I think definitions are particularly important as we try to explain things. Language is always evolving. How we understand something is difficult. And the thing that I see with PFAS, someone else may not see. How do we explain that? How do we reach a common ground and find a way to deal with the issue? The issue may be clear. PFAS is a problem. But how do we explain that in a way that, I mean, Texas is a growing state. We're not trying to stop that growth, but how do we manage that growth in a way that's positive? You know, I was just out in West Texas, a lot of beautiful area out there. We want to protect it. We want to keep PFAS out of the Edwards Aquifer. You know, we need these water sources. We need our land to be productive. We've got a problem with PFAS being in the waste that we get out of our end of our sewer system, and then it's put on the land. And so how do we deal with that? And how do we define those issues? I agree with you that the definitions need to be very specific, and we need to develop further knowledge, and that should be a continuing, ongoing effort for the state of Texas.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Members, Senator Hughes.
Oh, Mr. Chairman, I had a question, but he answered it in response to the Dean's questions. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Very well. Members, any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Linenschmidt.
Thank you, Chairman Sparks.